We are looking at the interviews. What is an interview? Okay, an interview. This is a conversation between a job applicant and a representative and an employer, okay, which is conducted to assess whether the applicant should be hired for a vacancy. Okay, that is in an interview. It is a conversation. Who is involved? The job applicant, a representative, and an employer. Why is it being done? To assess whether the applicant should be hired for a vacancy. Okay, fine. So now we need to look at more information on this. Exactly what is the purpose of the interview? The purpose of the we're going to look at the purpose of the interview. After the purpose of the interview, we also look at the role of the interviewer before the interview. The role of the interviewer before the interview. Okay, fine. So as for now, let's look at this. The purpose of the interview. What is the purpose of the interview? Okay, purpose number 1, to determine a candidate's suitability for the job. Is this the right person for the job? Okay, that is number 1. Number 2, to match the information given by the applicant to the requirements of the job. Okay, remember the person has already submitted a CV and a lot of other information about themselves. Now those things have to be matched with the job that is available. Okay, to obtain more information from the applicant, e.g. the strengths and the weaknesses. Okay, another point, to evaluate the skills, personal characteristics of the applicant, the personal skills or the characteristics of the applicant. And also, okay, the interview provides the applicant with the opportunity to find out more about the job. This is the moment whereby they can negotiate the salary, the working conditions, and they can also have more information about the business. So what I've just said right now are the purposes of the interview. The purposes of the interview. Let's move on to the role of the interviewer before the interview. Who is the interviewer? Usually the interviewer, it is the employer or the representatives from the employer. Okay, what is their role before the interview? Their role before the interview. Okay, the first thing, the interviewer should develop a core set of questions based on skills, knowledge, and ability required. Number 2, the interviewer should check the application and verify the CV of every candidate for anything that might need to be explained. And then number 3, book and prepare the venue for the interview. Remember, we're looking at the roles of the interviewer. Okay? Number 4, set the interview date and ensure that all interviews take place on the same date. If possible, inform all shortlisted candidates about the date and place of the interview. And then lastly, notify all panel members conducting the interview about the date and the place of the interview. Okay, so all the things that I've just mentioned now are the roles of the interviewer before the interview has taken place. What is it that they do as preparation for that particular interview that is supposed to take place? That is the information that I've just given unto you right now. Okay, there's one thing that I want you to note carefully. Do not confuse the role of the interviewer with the role of the interviewee. Remember, I said the interviewer is the employer, which means the interviewee is the applicant. So in the examination, they can ask you about the roles of the interviewer or the roles of the applicant, the interviewee. Okay, so do not confuse the two. Okay, so in the next session, I'll be showing you in detail the roles of the interviewer and the roles of the interviewee. Thank you.